Hey y'all, so I just realized that I'm starting to not look good right now, especially this angle, right? Even a normal angle. Anyway, they're like, you ain't been looking good for a while, sir. But anyway, so I'm making this little clip because I made what I thought was like a 15-20 minute clip. But then I looked at it. It was actually 44 minutes. I looked at it after I recorded some other clips, just a couple. And I referenced the 44-minute clip, and then I'm like, dude, that's too long. I'm not doing that long of a video to upload because a lot of the time I'm just using my own hotspot, and it takes like an hour and a half to upload like a, I don't know, 20-minute video or something. So to do an hour, it's gonna take like 4 or 5 hours, and I'm just like, dude, I don't want to be uploading because it's like it slows down my internet, makes my phone all hot, makes it burn up the energy. Like, it's just not good. Now I could use the gym, but only for a certain amount of time. But anyway, so basically I'm gonna try to do like, this is okay, it's not complicated if you know finance, but for someone that doesn't know finance, it is complicated. But it's basic, like level option stuff. But basically, like, I have a strategy of, so by the way, I'm condensing that 44-minute video like hugely so that the following clips I show you after this one like make at least a little bit more sense, hopefully. But you'll have to do probably some of your own research to understand this. Actually, you certainly will, because I'm not going to explain what call options are like on the basic level, you know, with the control of 100 shares and strike price and everything. But basically, I'm rolling SPY options continuously. SPY calls, long dated, long expiration, approximately 12 to 20 months out. Now I might be experimenting with QQQ calls soon, but anyway, that's the whole deal. Right now I'm using $6,000 to do it, to buy multiple contracts to do it. And usually the contracts cost $1,500 to $2,000 bucks. But basically, my strategy is, let's just look at one contract. When I buy one SPY call for $2,000, once it goes up in value to $3,000, then I sell it, and then I buy another SPY call that costs $2,000 that has a higher strike price than the one I just sold. It has to have a higher strike price because I buy it immediately after. And so obviously the SPY is at a higher point, so I have to go to a higher strike to be able to get that lower cost option. And then I just rinse and repeat, you know, take the $1,000 and then I use that for bills, or I put it into BIL, which is a BIL, which is the short-term Treasury bill ETF, which is becoming a little bit less attractive as the interest rates are coming down. But anyway, basically I just rinse and repeat and do that. And as the U.S. economy and the S&P 500 generally trend up, like somewhere between like 70 to 80% of the time, it's in a bull market, then this strategy makes money consistently during the bull market. Now, if there's like a bear retracement for 8 months during it, like, yeah, you're gonna see a significant decrease in the value of the options. And with this strategy, I never sell at a loss on the options, and so you know, with the bear retracement, you know, it's gonna go down for a while, but it should come back by the end. It might not, you know, if you got a 13-month out expiration, we have a 8-month bear retracement. Actually, no, I'm sorry, it would. What I mean by 8-month retracement is not it going down for 8 months. What I mean is 8 months from all-time high until the next all-time high. So it would retrace for somewhere between probably, you know, 3 to 6 months, and then it comes back for the end of it, and then goes above where I entered at that what the fuck? Am I in the wrong lane? Fuck. Hang on, I gotta focus here. Alright, well, that was annoying. I had to stop that. It showed this weird cone thing, and then this person like changed lanes right before the cone started. It was like a border control, like, random thing here in the mountains. Damn, I'm getting low percentage. We got a while to go. the San Diego area. Anyway, so where was I at? Anyway, so I'm kind of fast forwarding through some of that. I could have explained that last part better, but basically the strategy hits a temporary wall when you hit a bear market, because just the calls are going to go down to eventually zero in a significant bear market. So if you've got, let's just say 13 months on, I'm going to say 14 months, because that's what I'm going for on my next thing. But anyway, on the next rollover, like if it is to happen soon, if we rally a bit, then which I'm thinking is increasingly like unlikely. That being said, I still think it is more likely than it is unlikely, but I would say the unlikeliness percentage chances are increasing. I don't know, but I've been saying that for a while. Like I have like super bear dad and a super duper bear uncle that he thinks basically like the tribulation period is coming in the next 5 years before 2030, and so he's put his entire portfolio into puts. He doesn't have a lot of money though. He lives in his car like I do, and doesn't have a lot of money. But anyway, it's still pretty much all of his money is in puts, as far as I know. Anyway, so I've let some of the bear stuff like influence me, and for the past like 6 months, I've been like, okay, I think like it might be topping out, but we've got up a lot more, and now I think it even more, right? You know, as it could be. But I'm not giving up. I'm not giving in to the bear. Like I'm still putting the majority of my portfolio long, like the vast majority. But it's just a little nerve-wracking. Anyway, constantly rolling the SPY calls over and over to higher strikes, and eventually further out expirations as time goes on. But so eventually a bear market will hit, and all of the calls will go to zero. And then at some point during the bear market, I will repurchase a whole new set of the call options, so that I combine this rolling SPY call strategy with a barbell strategy. Barbell strategy is using a small portion of your portfolio, about 10 to 20%, to put in extremely risky assets, which these SPY calls qualify as, and then put the rest of the portfolio into super safe stuff, the 80 to 90% into like treasury bills, what I put it into, short-term treasury bills. Anyway, so I have a lot of cash sitting there, hypothetically, if I, follow this strategy to a T, which right at the moment I'm not, but it gets, I don't want to get into more like why I'm not exactly doing it, but basically that eventually I will be when I have more capital, but I don't have that much capital right now, so anyway, so that's what my plan to do for the rest of my life. I give it like an 80% chance that it's going to be successful over like 15-year period. I'll say over the next 15 years, I say 80% that there's not like such a long, like some crazy Great Depression sort of thing that it just kind of ruins the strategy, or just that the people that say America has peaked as a civilization, just like Rome peaked, and now we're only going to go straight slowly down, as long as basically those two things don't happen, or some crazy, some crazy thing that just stops the S&P 500 from going up like it always does. So I give it 80%. I say 20% chance, some crazy shit does happen. So I'm just putting my eggs in that basket. I see it as a really good risk reward, this rolling SPY call strategy. And anyway, there's the information for the reference. I forgot the other thing. What I actually reference is like now I have 6,000 in there right now, and I did my math with like DoorDash. Basically, I think I can make like in 4 months, I think I can make $8,000 profit. And this is like working every day sort of thing, like working every day 10-12 hours 7 days a week. But so where was I going with that? So basically so I'm debating, this 2,000, do I want to put it into the SPY calls? Because I'm really debating like TLT, which is like the 20-year treasury bond ETF that tracks the price of the bonds, And so basically it's at a low right now. It's a 52-week low. It's a very attractive buy-in point. But the thing is, I don't believe in bonds, and I think, yeah, there is a chance that the bonds just keep falling, but it's just below like the median average for like for like any time frame. I believe if you look in the past 10-20 years, it's just really low. And so the chances that it reverts back to at least to the average is high. And so TLT calls, I already own 4. I bought them for $500 each approximately. They have $106 strike. They expire Jan 2026. And we're December 2024 right now. And they've since cratered in value. They've gone down to about $130 each. And so I'm just really heavily considering doubling down. But anyway, with all that information, then that's that it's either that or just put it into SPY QQQ calls or some combination. This guy with his emergency lights. So yeah, this is annoying. This guy and his stupid emergency lights. Ah, fuck. Bitch is coming too fast down this fucking thing. Anyway, nah, I don't blame him. It's this bitch that's slowing everyone fucking down. I don't know why he's got to put his emergencies on while he's fucking coasting. I don't know, maybe his engine blew out. Anyway, I think I'll leave it at that. The whole point was to make this less than 44 minutes, so alright, there we go. So I'll show you some stuff that sucks. Is that I've never seen this before. Congestion fee, 75 cents per minute, starting at 80% charge. So I'm charging up to, I'm gonna probably end it at like 95-96%, but I'm going 138 miles, and to be honest, like unless I go like 67 about the whole way, then like I need all that charge to go like a decent speed. To be honest, like 80 or I would do between like 75 to 80. And so I don't know, but that's a lot of money. Because it's going to probably be above that for like 15 minutes. It's probably going to be like extra $10 if it... I'm just hoping it like doesn't work. Because it's new from what I've seen. Could be wrong. It could, But I don't know. It's kind of unlikely that it's not going to work though. Because it's Tesla. They're pretty good at doing their stuff. It's already an expensive one. 45 cents per kilowatt hour is a lot. Anyway. Just a bummer, man. Oh well. I asked my dad, what does he want out of the rest of his life? He's 75, and he's got some health problems that kind of started recently. So how much time has he got left? Maybe 10 years, 15 if he's lucky, He said he at first he wasn't exactly sure, but he said he just wants to learn. So is that enough for someone's life? Or has he done the other thing, so that's what's next for him? He's learned his whole life. But has he loved and created and, I don't know, done other things that are important? Those are the two things I thought. Creating and loving. Obviously helping is like mixed in there, but I asked my mom, she didn't even have an answer. I don't think she's thought about it, and I don't think my dad had either, because
the result is they're going to be more valuable companies.
Got my internet back.
As they get more valuable, we're going to buy Bitcoin. I think AI is going long term.
Jesus. Sorry about that. Still listening to go Michael Saylor, Sailing the Crypto Seas. And bitches be tailgating me, even though we in the hills. And I'm going the speed limit, you crazy mofo. Anyway, yeah, I think a lot of people don't think about, like, what do they actually want out of life? Like, just what do they want with the rest of their life? Like, on a big picture. Like, people think, like, I want a Coke, and then they go get a Coca-Cola. You know, I want a hamburger. You know, I wanna do the deed with that sexy person. They think stuff like short term, but what about long term, bruh? And not just long term, but just an overarching thing, like, and a deeper thing, even on a day-to-day basis. Like, because people say, you know, live in the moment and stuff, and so that makes a lot of sense. And for the most part, I think that should be done. But I think part of living in that moment is really being honest with yourself and thinking about it, like, hard, like thinking about it a lot, like what you do, what you want, and what you want to do in this life, who you want to be, all this. But so the best I've come up with for myself, I've been thinking about it for a long time now, and it's that I want to create things, and probably things that only I can create. I have this thing, I think a lot of people, maybe everyone has it, about, like, uniqueness. Like, I want to create something that is different, you know, and on a scientific scale, or, maybe that's not the right way to say it, on a, like, just, like, I don't know, like, technology scale, machine scale, it's gonna be very difficult for me to create something that doesn't exist. Like, if it's like a robot, or I was gonna say software, but actually you could create, but like a software that really does something different. It'd be pretty tough, but it's possible. It's definitely possible to create stuff that doesn't exist on, like, any level. But my thinking was, I need to create art as at least one of the things, and perhaps the prominent, dominant creation in my life. Thinking about music, like, I can create a song that it's easier to create a song that's different from everything than it is to create an operating system that's different from everything, or a car that's different from everything. I don't know if that's entirely true. You could obviously really, really make a car really weird and stuff, but really different. And then a song, you can make weird songs, but it's still a song. I don't know. To me, it just seems more realistic. I guess, is that the word? Realistic's kind of a bummer of a word, kind of. It's more. It's. That's not what I want to say. What was I going to say? Creating art that is only art that I can create is, it seems right. It seems like the only thing that makes sense to me, but I'm not sure how else to say it. I feel like there are better ways to say it, but oh, we got a truck doing emergency lights going really slow. Oh, we got two of them. Okay, they're just going up a hill and it's slow going. Wow. I looked at my battery percentage, and I talked for like 20 seconds. I looked down and it was 2% down. The grades, they get scary, man. They scared me twice, where I was just eating up battery. But now I'm doing it like, okay, I realized the huge downhill is going to come after this. It's going to recharge my battery. So it's alright that I burn down to 40% or burn down to 30% with like 70 miles left. No big deal. Whatever percent it is. But, anyway. It's kind of pretty out here. Kind of. With the sunset. Sun's got a little while to go for the sunset. Anyway, so that's life and stuff. Earlier I talked about like finance stuff. I was debating including it or not, just because I was so kind of like what was I talking about? Like, it took me a while to get through it. I think I said most of the main points. I'm not sure if I got everything. I thought about it a little more, and I'm leaning towards not doing the TLT calls, even though it's a really attractive time to buy right now. It's like a 52-week low, basically. It seems like it's not the best. It still seems like the SPY is a better risk reward for me, the SPY calls. I really don't know if that's true. I think if you're considering doing TLT calls, long dated, and honestly, 2027 would be better, by the way, then, as long as the premiums aren't too crazy. I feel like they're gonna suck, but I think they're probably doable. That being said, I'd like to look at a TLT 106 call, 106 strike, January 2027. If it's only like double of the 2026, I think it's underpriced. I have a feeling it's going to be like more than double. Like, it's like 130, $130 for the Jan 2026. For the Jan 2027, man, like, if you get that for $260, I might have to rethink myself on that. I might have to buy like 2 of those if it's that cheap. I'll check like next time I get a chance. Man, because like the chance that bonds, they're just below like average. Like, they're below like a median, below they're just below the norm over like a big data set, and so it's just very likely it's going to correct at least back to the norm. That being said, here's a nice downhill. I don't know how long I'll make this video, but they were at 45%, and we're gonna end this hill with 48% or something. I don't know. It just depends how big it is, but there it goes up 46. Anyway, motherfucker's braking. I swear to God. I will not brake. I will charge. Because if I have brake on the hill, I'm eating up like recharge power. That's the fear. Is like there's like a huge traffic like hold up after like burning through like most of the energy on the uphill, and then there's this huge traffic stopped up on the downhill, and then I'm screwed. And then like I don't know, I'm not screwed. I get AAA and get towed. It'd just be a freaking hassle. Towed out of the mountains. If I can get signal, right? Well, I guess it started up. You heard it a little bit ago. I don't know if it would continue going, but it says 6% grade. 6%. It just seems so small, but this is like a huge hill. It seems like the grade is at least 15 or 20%, but I guess 15 or 20% means you're upside down or some shit. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't make sense mathematically, right? It wouldn't be upside down, but anyway, so, well, I guess I'll cut it here. Because, I don't know, just still formulating and thinking, so I'll do some more thinking. Alright, peace out, Girl Scouts.